Good morning, children. We are seeing about the lesson reproduction and modification in plants. So, in this lesson, what we have learned, that is reproduction, two type of reproduction, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So, sexual reproduction involves the sex organ, male and female. So, the reproduction which involves the male and female sex organ is known as sexual reproduction. The reproduction which involves without the sex organ, that is known as asexual reproduction. So, then we are seeing about pollination. Before seeing about pollination, we have learnt about the parts of the flower. When we take about the parts, each part consists of each flower consists of 4 different parts. So, the first part is known as calyx. The calyx is the green color structure which is found below the flower, which gives protection to the bud. So, the greenish portion which is found below the structure of the flower is known as the calyx or sepals. And then, so what is the main function mean? Giving protection to the bud. And then the second whorl of the flower is known as the petals or the corolla. These are colored part which to attract the insect, and then what they are doing, they are attracting the insect for pollination. As they have the honey in them, what they are doing, they are attracting with their colorful and then scent is there. So, this is the second whorl of the flower, what is known as petals or corolla. So, first one is the calyx or sepals. Second whorl is the corolla or petals. So, what their main function means? To attract the insect for pollination. They are sweet scented and then they are colored and then they attract the insect for pollination. So, this is the two main whorl. The next comes the androecium, which is otherwise known as male reproductive organ. What does it comprises of? It consists of the filament and the anther. So, the male reproductive organ is known as androecium, and then it is otherwise known as stamen, which consists of anther, and the stalk known as filament. Inside the anther, what is present mean? The yellow powdery substance known as pollen grains, which is important for the pollination. This take important part in pollination. So, the next whorl, the third whorl, which is known as androecium or male reproductive organ, which consists of the part, it is otherwise known as stamen, and then what does it comprise? It consists of the stalk called filament, and the above what is present mean anther, and inside the anther yellow powdery substance, that is known as pollen grains are present. The next whorl comprises the male reproductive organ or the pistil, female reproductive organ. What does it comprises of? It consists of the swollen base, that is known as ovary. Inside the ovary, the ovules are present. And then it consists of the style and the sticky region known as stigma is also present. So, this is the structure of the female reproductive organ. So when we take a flower, it consists of the four whorls. The outermost whorl is known as calyx, which give protection to the flower, that is known as, it is also known as sepal, which is green in color. The next whorl is corolla, which is colored and sweet scented region in order to attract the insect, that is known as petals or corolla. Then the third whorl is andrecium or male reproductive organ. What does it comprise? It comprises of the filament and the anther. Inside the anther, the yellow powdery substance called pollen grains are present. And then the fourth whorl consists of the pistil or the female reproductive organ. It consists of the swollen base called ovule. And then inside the ovule, the ovary are present. Then there is a style region and then stigma. These parts are known as the reproductive part of the flower. As they are involving in pollination and reproduction, they are known as reproductive part of the flower, part of the plant. When we take the stem, the root and the leaves, they are known as vegetative part of the plant. So the stem, the root and the leaves are known as vegetative part, and the flower, the calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium, otherwise it is called as gynoecium or pistil. That is known as andrecium or stamen. Here it is gynoecium or pistil. So these four whorls are known as reproductive part of the flower. So with this information we will move on to pollination. What is meant by pollination? So when we take about the flower, if the flower consists of all the four whorls, it is said to be a complete flower or bisexual flower. So what is meant by that? If we take the flower, if it consists of the all the four whorls, that is calyx, the corolla, and then the andrecium, see the petals, calyx, andrecium, gynoecium. If all the flower, all the whorls are present in a flower, it is said to be a complete flower or bisexual. Both male and female gamete are present. Male flower and female flower are present inside in the single flower. It is said to be a complete or bisexual flower. Otherwise, if any one of the part is absent, that is said to be incomplete flower. For example, if we take pumpkin, it is known as unisexual, incomplete or unisexual. Bi means two sex organs are present in the same flower itself. So, if we take the pumpkin flower, what does it comprise? Either male or female part. It consists either male part. This is the female portion. So, if it contains either female portion, that is known as female flower. It may contains only the andrecium alone, that is male flower. That is called as male part. If it contains only the male part, it is known as male flower. If it contains only the female part, that is gynoecium, it is said to be female flower. So that is known as unisexual or incomplete flower. What is a complete flower? If it contains all the four whorls, calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium, male and female part in the same flower, that is known as bisexual or complete flower. If the flower consists either male part, male reproductive organ, that is andrecium, that is known as male flower. If otherwise, if it contains only the female portion, that is gynoecium, it is known as female flower, and that is known as unisexual flower or incomplete flower. So this is the type of flowers according to the type of the part. Then with this information we will move on to pollination. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen grain. What is pollen grain? It is the male reproductive part of the plant. The pollen grains are transferred, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. What is the stigma? It is the female reproductive part. The transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the flower is known as pollination. So, the transfer of pollen grain from the male flower to the stigma of the female flower. If it is transferred, that is known as pollination. How pollination is happened? Pollination is happened by either by means of the butterflies, bees, even human beings. They are helpful for this process, because when the butterflies sit on that flower, what will happen? The yellow powdery substance stick on to their body surface. If the same butterfly goes to the another flower, what will happen? The pollen grains may fall onto the other, that is female's reproductive organ. So pollination is happened. So butterflies, bees, even human being, animals, wind, they are all the reason for pollination. So they are known as pollinators. In bisexual flower, they do not need any pollinating agent, or pollinators or pollinating agents, because in them both organs are there. So they also need, but tomato is the bisexual flower, but they need butterfly to agitate the pollen grains. So in order to loosen the pollen grain, they need some insect, so that it will fall onto the surface of the stigma. So these pollinators, what they are doing? They are transferring the pollen grains. The wind also transfer. If we take paddy plant, the wind easily it is carried over by the pollen grains are carried by the wind easily, and then the pollen grains fall onto the stigma. If it fall onto the stigma will develop. After that, it will develop into a seed. So thus it is happened by means of these pollinating agents. So after pollination, what is pollination? So there are two types of pollination: cross pollination and self pollination. Self pollination is happened in bisexual flower. Both male and female sex organs are there. So it is happened in the same flower itself. Cross pollination means the transfer of pollen grain from one flower to another flower of the same kind. So if hibiscus plant or some flowers are there, mean the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another flower of the same kind or another kind. So this is known as cross pollination. If the pollination happen in the same flower itself or another flower, same flower or another flower of the same kind, same hibiscus plant, mean it is known as self pollination. So these are the two types of pollination. And then after pollination, what is happening? So after pollination, fertilization is happening. So what is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the plant. Flower is known as pollination. And then fertilization. Here, what is happening here means the pollen grains coming and stick on to fall. They fall on the surface of the stigma. What is stigma? It is the female reproductive organ, gynecium, pistil. So it is one of the part. Some substance is present inside the stigma. What they are doing? They are allowing the pollen grain to grow. Pollen grains are stick onto the surface of the stigma, and then after some time, the substance present in the stigma that help the pollen grains to grow. After that, what will grow? It will grow some tube-like structure. It is pollen grain. When it fall on the surface of the stigma, the stigma helps to grow for the growth of the pollen grain. After that, it will develop a tube-like structure. What is present inside the tube? The male gamete is present inside the tube. This male gamete coming, it is carried by the style and then it reaches inside the ovary. After that, the pollen grains, it will develop and then through the style, it reaches the ovary. There, the female gamete is there. So, the male gamete coming and fusing with the female gamete. What does it forms? It forms the zygote or the fertilized egg. So, when the pollen grains fall on the surface of the stigma, it develops, the stigma help for the development of the pollen grain. So, it develops some tube-like structure, in that they are carrying the male gamete. So, with the help of the style, it reaches through the ovary and then it is fused with the female gamete. What does it form? It forms the fertilized egg called as zygote. It contains two nucleus. Male gamete carries one nucleus, female gamete is having one nucleus. So, both male and female fuse together to form 2N, two nucleus, that is zygote. Zygote is known as the fertilized egg. So, this develop into a new seed. From the pollen grain, the zygote is formed, that is known as fertilized egg. This process is known as fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete which forms the fertilized egg known as zygote. This process is known as fertilization. After fertilization, this ovary develop into fruit. And the ovule which is found inside the ovary, they develop into seed. Okay. So, thus a new plant is formed by this process. So, this is known as fertilization. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma of the flower is known as pollination. After pollination, the pollen grains fall onto the surface of the stigma and then it reaches to the ovary. What is happening there? The male gamete fuses with the female gamete and then they form the fertilized egg known as zygote. After this process, after this fertilization, what will happen? This ovary is developed into fruit and the ovule which is developed into seed. From the seed, a new plant is formed. So, this is the life cycle of the plant. So, the anther which is falling into the style and stigma. After that, pollination, fertilization, everything is happened. Then it produces the new seed. And then from the new seed, a new plant is formed. This plant after development, it develops all the four bisexual, it may be either bisexual or unisexual, develop all the sex organ, male and female. Again it develop into anther. So, this is known as life cycle of the plant. So, these are the process of pollination and fertilization. After pollination and fertilization, what has happened? So, after pollination and fertilization, the calyx wither off. The calyx is withered or fall off from the plant. But sometime the calyx may remain persistent. It is there in the plant itself. Example, if we take brinjal, we may find the green color portion above the fruit, below the fruit, that is known as calyx. So, the calyx may remain persistent in some of the parts. So, after fertilization, the calyx may either fall off or it remain persistent in the flower itself. Then, corolla wither off, it will fall from the plant, from the flower. Androecium wither off, it will fall. So no anther will be seen. Then only the pistil or the gynoecium will remain, and then it is the ovary that alone remain, and it will enlarge in size for the development of the seed. The ovary enlarge in size for the development of the ovary. Ovary after fertilization develop into fruit. That ovule after fertilization it develop into seed. So these are the changes that takes place after fertilization. So everything will wither off except the pistil remain as such. For the development of for the fertilization process, the pistil alone remain. Inside the pistil, the ovary enlarges in size, and it will develop into fruit, and then ovule which is found inside the ovary develop into seed. So these are the changes that is taking place in the flower after pollination and fertilization. Then after fertilization, the seed may develop into a new fruit. From the seed a new plant will be developed. Isn't it? That new plant, when we take about the plant custard apple, if you take custard apple, we can find thin membranous, many fruits are there inside that custard apple, many fruit like structure are there. That is thin membranous structure, granules which are fused together to form a single fruit, that is known as aggregate fruit. The custard apple is known as aggregate fruit. Many fruit they are fused together, and then they form the granule like thin membranous structure. They are fused together, and then they form a single fruit. But when we take a mango, the fruit, the seed is not edible. The outer layer and the thin skin and the pulp region become edible portion, and then the seed is not edible. From the seed only the plant arises. So these are the example after pollination how the fruit is developed. And then after fertilization, then we move on to modification. So after fertilization, each flower develop into fruit from the seed. After that, so each part if a plant consists of almost all the part, the stem, the root and the fruit. How each part is developed to meet the situation, that is certain condition that is needed for the life. So what the plant are doing? They are storing their food material. After photosynthesis, they are storing their food material either in root or in stem or in leaves. So they are storing their food material. So these are the extra region in which the plants are storing their food. That is known as modification. So after fertilization, the plant are storing they are undergoing some changes. So the ovule is changed into seed and the ovary is developed into fruit. After that, they are showing some extra modification, that is they are storing their extra food in some of their part itself. For example, if we take root, what is the function of the root? Anchorage, fixing the plant in the soil, anchorage, and then it is taking the minerals from the soil, then conducting, it is absorbing and then conducting the minerals to the all parts of the body. So root, if we take the root, what is their main function? Anchoring, absorbing and then fixing the plant. So this is the main function of the root. And when we take the stem is meant for photosynthesis and showing the parts to the spreading the parts to the sunlight. And then if we take leaves are evolved to prepare the photosynthesis. So leaves are known as food factory of the plant because in the leaves chlorophyll is present. With the help of chlorophyll and then sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, what the plant doing with all these material, they are preparing their own food. That food is known as starch. So as the leaves are preparing these food material, they are known as food factory of the plant. So the stem is evolved to meet the function like anchorage, conduction and absorption. The leaves also meant for conduction and then the leaves are meant for production of the food. So these are the some of the so they are evolved to do these function. Apart from these function, what the plant are doing? They are storing their extra food in their part itself, either in the root or in the stem or in the leaves. That is known as modification. For example, if we take potato we have seen already, it consists of the eye-like portion. From the eyes, a new plant arises. So, this is known as one of the modification. Before going through the modification, we will move on to vegetative or asexual reproduction. What is known as vegetative reproduction? Without the involvement of these sex organs, that is male and female sex organ, some of the plant develop from some other region. That is known as vegetative reproduction. If we take potato, in them the eye-like portion are present. When the condition become favorable for them, with the help of these nutrients which are present in the potato, they develop some organ. The new plant arises from the potato, from the eye of the potato. So this is known as one of the vegetative reproduction. When we take about smaller organism, that is unicellular organism, budding. Fungi is one of the unicellular organism. Fungi reproduces through budding. So yeast is example for fungi. Okay. So the bread is very soft and spongy in nature because of the presence of yeast. What the yeast is doing? It is mixing with the they are making the dough to become soft and porous, and then they by producing carbon dioxide. So the yeast is one of the fungi. How the yeast developed mean? They develop some bud-like structure. So when the condition become favorable, what are the conditions that become favorable and unfavorable mean? The scarcity of water. If there is no availability of water and high temperature, they all become the unfavorable condition for them. During such time, what they will develop mean? They will develop some bud-like structure. In them, these nucleus, cell membrane, everything will be transferred from the parent plant. They are taking the nucleus, cell wall, cell membrane, everything from the parent plant. And then when the condition become favorable for them, availability of water and then moderate temperature, during that time, they cut off from the parent plant. And then this bud again develop into newer fungi, newer yeast. So this is one of the vegetative reproduction that is found in unicellular organism. So the yeast develop through budding. This method is known as budding, vegetative reproduction without the involvement of the sex organ. So when the during unfavorable condition, they develop some bud-like structure. When the condition become favorable for them, vegetative reproduction, that is through filament. If we take Spirogyra, it is an algae, it is a filamentous structure. Algae is a filamentous structure. Spirogyra is one of the example. Through filament it is developing. What it is doing mean, they are developing the filament. So these, during unfavorable condition, they are all getting the content from their parent plant. When the condition become favorable, this filament detach from the parent plant and each portion will develop into a newer filament. So through filament it is developing. Algae is one of the example. For budding, yeast is example. For filament, from the filament if they develop, it is known as asexual reproduction, and then Spirogyra algae is one of the example. When we take mushroom, they contain the slit, all the gills. In each gill, what is present mean, the spores are present. In mushroom, through spore it develop. When the condition become favorable, they release these spores, and each spore when fall on the ground, they develop into newer mushroom. So these are all the vegetative reproduction, that is budding, and then filament. Through filament it will develop, and then through spore formation, and then budding, through spores, through filament, and when we take about potato, through the eye portion it will develop. Like this many plant are developed from either from root. If we take onion, it is also a stem portion. It will develop from a new plant is developed from the onion, then from potato, from leaves. Like this vegetative reproduction is happening. This vegetative reproduction is happening without the involvement of the sex organ. Thus, there are two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction that shows with the help of two sex organ, male and female. After that, what they will form? Zygote, the fertilized egg is formed. During asexual reproduction, they undergo budding, and then filament. Each filament they detach from the parent plant. Through spores they develop. So thus the reproduction is by this method. This is known as asexual reproduction. The rest we will see in the next class.